Hey pals, what's going on? It's Kirvikovsky speaking. We're still examining Leonardo and other creations to help you produce visuals that will spark real interest and curiosity among the viewers you'll be presenting them to. And today we're going to talk about the possibility of improving the images you generated with your face in Leonardo. I had a conversation about generating with your own face in this video. If you haven't seen it yet, go and check it out for yourself. First of all, I ask you to subscribe to the Sexy Prompt channel, where we talk about prompt generation, share inspiration, and discuss interesting things related to neural networks, design, and so on. I'll be happy to see you among our subscribers. What awaits you in this video? I selected a couple of pictures prior and a couple of pictures subsequent. So the outcome was achieved due to the post-processing of my initial generations in alternative tools. One of them is Krea, while the other is Leonardo with his new functionality, which I will tell you about in a bit of time. But let's take a look at the result. First of all, this is a generation made with my face, made in Leonardo, but it's like it's straight from her that it's made in a neural network. And what happened next? Pams, let's check it out. She got better. Like if we look closely, there's a really nice texture to her skin, the reflections are good, the hair is very well done, so it turned out better than it was originally. Let us initiate by closely examining it as well. What do we observe? A texture that is blurry and lacks clarity. This doesn't quite look realistic. There is a noticeable lack of vitality or liveliness to it. Let's carry on watching. Opt for the second choice. A picture with me as well if you'd like. Not a photo, I'm already getting confused myself. Not a photo, but a generation with my face. However, there is also something amiss in this place. The eyes, pupils, and lack of texture create an overly blurry atmosphere that is noticeable. Some issues with certain clothing items. So, like this all looks and comes across as some kind of unrealness. And what happens subsequently? Processing. Therefore, here is the agreement that we have reached. I would like to make a separate note that the character was exceptionally well preserved. Yeah, there are a few quirks with the eyes, but when it comes to the nitty-gritty details, the hair, beard, and mustache look incredibly realistic. That same piece of shit became shinier, the skin became more leathery. So all the things that emerged during post-processing elevated this picture to an entirely new level. And here are a couple more illustrations. Wow, this is also an impressive generation from Leonardo's model, so we ended up with a remarkable girl as the outcome of the process. There are nuances with the eyes, there are nuances with the skin, such as it is too digital or something, it is too perfect, it lacks pores, it lacks texture, it lacks some kind of confidence in the whole picture. And what happens subsequently? Look over in this direction. We now possess more assured facial features, we have cultivated skin texture, and the overall environment has also undergone enhancement. Now I'll show you again, 1 and 2. Pay attention to the wrinkles on the clothes, the reflections on the face, the overall sharpness of the picture. It has improved by leaps and bounds. It has increased significantly. And the final option, the identical girl, only in a distinct pose. I did not select her for no reason, as there are some significant problems with her facial features. So like a complex situation, she's seated, reading, having lip issues, eye issues. So what did we achieve later? After the post-processing stage, let's check it out. I'll bring it closer now for a more detailed examination. The lip is fully fixed now. The eye has improved significantly. Yeah, there are a couple of things that need to be touched up, but I think this represents a whole new level of getting these generations. They became more realistic, they became more confident. Okay, let's get to the point and talk about the tool. First, as I already mentioned, it's Krea. Krea service is not the latest in the market of neural network mechanics, but somehow it is the first one, in my opinion, that made the possibility of smart upscaling. Instead of just enlarging the image so that it remains completely unchanged, it enhances the textures itself. It can operate with geometry. It simply significantly improves the picture quality and overall visual experience. In order to utilize them, first and foremost, you have to navigate to the krea.ai website and immediately switch to the Enhance tab. So, Enhance is the story that upscales and improves the image. Let's take a look at the pictures I generated, shall we? Here is what occurred after, what occurred prior. So, like the dissimilarity, it is evident, it is like really awesome. It has enhanced significantly in the most excellent manner. But the vibe of the picture has changed a lot. So here is this guy, he became excessively nice, he became somewhat naive, trusting when here he was a little suspicious. Yeah, looking directly into the camera. The next option, with the pirate, it became a completely different story, like night and day. You can even see that his costume is not ironed, it's a bit wrinkled, but it adds to the atmosphere. But again, I think his character has changed a bit too much, especially his facial expression. Now let's take a look at this girl. The picture will load in a moment. There is a greater emphasis on high dynamic range, HDR, in this particular context, in my personal opinion and viewpoint. The picture has become too contrasty, like it's been over-sharpened or something. She seems to have some overly unrealistic things, but overall she has definitely become more realistic, with more confident facial features, as I already mentioned. So in general, it improved. How on earth do you perform the identical action in Crete? First and foremost, you have to click here or drag and drop the image you want to enhance and make some adjustments to the settings. There are literally a couple of parameters that are worth paying attention to. Alright, so you've uploaded the picture, now go straight to the settings tab and see what's here. You don't need to write anything on the prompt, meaning he won't be redoing anything globally, so you can leave this field empty. Following that, you have the choice to pick from a selection of pre-installed resets, although in reality, I do not utilize them. Instead, I prefer to use the basic settings and make minor tweaks to the resemblance parameter. This is the same parameter that determines the similarity of the image, so by default it is generally set somewhere around the approximate value of 0.40. If we utilize it, allow me to demonstrate to you immediately. Here is this image. Check it out, this is the picture before, this is the opposite, this is the picture after, this is before. The character's personality changed a lot. Resemblance with a parameter of 0.40 gives these results. So there's this parameter that, in my opinion, really changes the character. With a parameter of 0.8, the character becomes more like themselves, but there are still certain nuances that remain present within them. The verdict on Creo: if you need to enhance, like really enhance an image without people, it could be cars, architecture, maybe some landscapes, then using Creo would be awesome. Creo is a paid software, but there are free versions available naturally. The free version only permits you to generate one image at a time. You will need to wait in line, but there could be some inconveniences. In general, the price for Krea is not excessively high. It's only $8. Let's say the $8 tariff is just right up my alley. This enables you to generate the required quantity of images and enhance them for optimal results. So, it turns out everything is cool and quite budget-friendly. The second tool that possesses the same capability for improvement, smart image enhancement, is, without a doubt, my favorite Leonardo. Leonardo recently implemented this feature, so let's delve into it a little more. To open it, you have to go to the app.leonardo.ai website and choose the universal upscaler, which is similar to a universal application scaler. So it is similar to a universal upscale. He operates in exactly the same manner. You upload an image, select a style, but the styles available here are slightly different. Make a selection of the similarity parameter of the image itself, and then proceed to generate the image itself. However, in my opinion, the outcomes that Leonardo achieves are more impressive. So, check it out, before, after, before, after. Looks more realistic, looks even better than in Creed. So I am absolutely thrilled about how it is turning out. However, the cost of a picture within Leonardo is significantly higher in comparison to within Krea. So, in Krea, you definitely have some restrictions, of course. The total number of these restrictions amounts to 120 images. So for $8, This quantity will endure for a very extended period of time. In Leonardo, the cost of one smart upscale starts from 30 tokens. So in my opinion, it's a bit pricey and you can spend quite a bit on a certain volume, although Leonardo is worth it, honestly. So the first option with the pirate turned out better. Objectively, it turned out better. It turned out amazing. Let's also take a look at the similarity with the girl. It seems to be more, but again, it can be increased or decreased. You do it with the help of this parameter. By default, the parameter here is set to 5, but if you decrease this value, the processed image will resemble the original image more closely. I sincerely hope that I have explained it clearly. So folks, now there's a totally legit opportunity to generate images that will be really, really realistic in terms of quality, very, very confident. I anticipate that in the future, Leonardo will begin producing such images right away. That is, over time, these intelligent upscalers will most likely be integrated into the process of simple image generation. So, folks, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the Sexy Prompt channel, and see you in the next episodes. Bye for now.